Welcome to Rise Up Yoga. I'm Ashley. Sometimes in life, we can start to take on a lens of seriousness and heaviness that can really leave us feeling weighed down. Life loses its color, inspiration is fleeting, and negativity just seems to pile on top of itself. Just know that if this is something that you're experiencing or you've ever experienced, you're not alone. And you're never beholden to that perspective either. There is always a way through. When I first came across this studio, I was immediately transported to a fun and imaginative space in my mind. So, my intention for today's practice is for us to let the playful energy of this room create this avenue to bring a playful energy into our own bodies and minds. So even if you are experiencing difficulties lately or are feeling a bit down, you can use this practice as an opportunity to connect to a bit of a lightheartedness and maybe even get a slightly different perspective on what you've been going through. So hopping right into it, bring your left leg to the inside of your right thigh, open your right foot towards the right. So we're coming into a seated, wide-legged or one-legged forward fold. Go ahead and rotate your torso toward your right toes so your shoulders are square. On an inhale, extend your arms all the way over your head and find that length in your torso. On an exhale, hinge your hips forward, reach your fingers toward your toes, let your shoulders relax. Maybe find a soft movement in your ankles, find some playful movement with your toes, maybe splaying your toes out wide, just getting a bit of space in between. On an inhale, gently lift up your torso, let your arms reach all the way over your head. Exhale, bring your right hand to the inside of your right leg. Let your left fingertips reach over toward your toes. So now we're just bringing this stretch into the left side of the body. You can press your right hand into your right leg and notice how that kind of drops your left shoulder down your back a bit. So opening your heart up to the side, finding this openness in many different areas of your body. See if you can connect to an inner smile. On an inhale, go ahead and lift up your torso. Plant your left palm behind your left hip. Root down through your right foot and then start to press your hips all the way up towards the sky. Inhale as you extend your right fingertips overhead. And then you even have the option to reach them over. And so you're really getting this extra length in your low belly, again into your side body as you press your hips forward. See if you can just play around with the space a little bit. Notice if you feel called to some movement in the shoulders, in your neck, or if you just want to hang out in stillness. See if you can just tune in to what your body needs in this moment. On an exhale, you can gently lower your hips all the way back down to the earth, and then we'll take it to the other side. So left leg extends the side, sole of your right foot comes into your thigh. Rotate your torso towards your toes. Inhale, lift your arms all the way over your head. Palms are faced towards one another. On an exhale, start to round it forwards. Let your fingers reach toward your toes, but make sure your shoulders are soft wherever your hands land. You can drop your chin down towards your chest. Just let your neck relax. And your knee can be bent or it can be straight. Again, on this side, you can find a bit of movement into your ankle, in your toes. Just let some of this movement ignite a bit of passion in your body. On an inhale, go ahead and lift up with your torso. Plant your right palm behind you. Lean into your right shin and then lift your hips up towards the sky. Lift fingertips, follow your hips as everything lifts up. And keep pressing into your left foot, maybe into your toes or into the outer edge of that foot. And again, tune in with your body. See if you can find some joyful movement. So moving with the intention of creating joy, discovering play. You've got one more breath. On an exhale, go ahead and lower your hips all the way down towards the earth. You can reach your right leg out long to the side. So now coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So this one can get a bit tricky. So if you need to bring a deeper bend into your knees, you can. Just flex your toes towards your face. That can help you round forward a little bit more. On an inhale, let your fingers lift up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge your hips forward. Let your palms plant in front of you. If you do have the flexibility to come on down to your forearms, you're welcome to play around there. Otherwise, just get to a spot where you're feeling like you're getting a good stretch without going past your edge. And then just take a few breaths here to yourself. Again, see if you can invite in a bit of playfulness into your toes, an area of our bodies that we don't normally pay too much attention to. So what does it feel like to really bring your awareness there? And then start to bring that same awareness into your hands and your fingers. Start to splay your fingers out wide, bringing them into fists and opening them up. And start to take a few circles with your wrists as well, just sending love into these different areas of our bodies that don't always get that attention. And take your circles the other direction. And if you want to take any other movements with your shoulders, with your hands, find that freedom of expression here. Let it be silly. Let it be playful. Even if it doesn't necessarily feel comfortable to move into those silly, playful spaces, see if you can allow yourself to explore. You've got one more breath. On your next inhale, gently lift up from your torso. Start to bring your knees back to center. If you're not already faced towards the top of your mat, you can go ahead and face that direction. Keep the soles of your feet planted. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders and your fingers will reach towards your toes as we prepare for our reverse tabletop. Keep pressing into your knuckles, into your heels. On an inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. You can take your gaze up towards the sky as well. Or if you have the availability in your neck, you can let your head drop back until you find a spot that feels resonant to you. Keep rooting into your heels, lifting your hips. You've got one more breath. On an exhale, gently release your hips all the way down towards the earth. Scoop your chin back in towards your chest. And then we'll meet in a forward fold. So you can either rock forward there, you can swing your legs to either side. I encourage you to just find your own creative, playful way to shift into that. As you arrive, feet come hip width distance. Let your upper body relax. And then you're welcome to find any movement here that feels fun. And getting that movement into your hips, your head, your hands. And bringing the movement into your feet as well, rocking onto your toes, your heels to each side of your foot. And start to slow down your movement on an inhale. Start to slow down your movement. On an inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your palms, step 1 foot back at a time, meet in a high plank. Start to rotate onto the outer edge of your left foot, inner edge of your right, coming into a side plank. Right palm reaches up towards the sky. So now you can take your side plank in a few different ways. You can do it here. You can bring your left knee and shin towards the earth if you'd like that extra stability. And you can start to even find some playfulness with your top foot. Maybe you want to reach it up towards the ceiling, giving yourself a little balance challenge. Option to even bring your foot to your calf or to your quad, coming into sort of a modified tree. So see where you want to go. Let yourself find that freedom of expression. On an exhale, come all the way back down into your tabletop. Rest onto your knees. Let your hips sit back towards your heels, child's pose. Don't be here for too long. Just take one breath. On an inhale, go ahead and shift your hips forwards, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Go ahead and bend through your knees. On an inhale, take a look forward, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank. And then we'll take it to the other side. So rotate onto the outside of your right foot. Left fingertips will extend up towards the sky. Keep pressing your hips high, and then find a variation of your choosing, either hanging out here, bringing your knee towards the earth, or playing around with the position of your left foot. So even as we move into spaces of strength and challenge, where can you invite in that sense of fun and ease? On an exhale, come all the way back down into your plank. Inhale, press your hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Take a few petals out with your feet, lifting and lowering your heels. Press down into your left foot. Inhale, reach your right heel towards the sky. Bend through your right knee, open your hip. So now we're taking our chest towards the right, finding this gentle twist. You can hang out here, or you can come into Wild Thing and press your right foot behind you. Open your hips towards the ceiling and reach your right fingertips over your head. So really getting into this deeper back bend. On an exhale, wherever you are, we'll meet back in three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose, round through your back. Step your right foot between your hands. Press into your right foot. On an inhale, and start to walk your left foot forward, coming into forward fold. On an inhale, gently rise all the way up. As you lift, let your right knee reach in towards your chest. Your palms can plant at your heart. Reach your right toes towards your body and find some engagement in your core. See if you can relax your shoulders, relax the muscles of your face. On an exhale, you can hang out here, or you can cross your right ankle over your left thigh and start to reach your hips towards the earth, coming into this hip opening balance pose. So you can take a soft gaze to the earth in front of you. On an inhale, we'll all meet back with the right knee in towards the chest. On an exhale, slide your right foot all the way back, meet in a high lunge. On an inhale, let your arms reach over your head. Your biceps will wrap around your ears, or the intention of the movement is to get them near there. On an exhale, open your hips. Reach your arms open, warrior two. And take a look over towards your left fingertips. On an exhale, let your hands come down towards your hips. Rotate your left toes towards the right side, so your feet are now about parallel to one another. Start to bend through your right knee and bring your hips over towards the right. So we're coming into Skandasana. If you need to widen your stance of your legs, you're welcome to. And then you have the option with your hips, either reaching them down towards the earth a little bit more, maybe planting your palms, or you can keep them lifted. On an inhale, go ahead and come back to center. Exhale, take it to the left. So taking it over to the left side, bending through your left knee, and palms can plant or they can remain at heart center. Just find a few movements here back and forth, finding a bit of a dance in your body. Once you reach to the right side, you can drop your left hand down. Once you reach to the left, dropping your right. So finding a bit of a like skiing movement. You've got one more breath, so just go ahead and even out each side, and then we'll meet back at center. Once you arrive at center, bring your heels a little bit closer in, toes slightly out. Your hands can meet at heart center. On an exhale, start to bend through your knees, sink your hips towards the earth, coming into a goddess. Inhale, lift up your hips, reach your arms nice and high. Exhale, come into goddess again with your hips, cactus your arms, so we're opening the hips, opening our shoulders. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale, again, come into goddess with your hips. Reach your left arm at a diagonal, so your right hand is reaching to the top corner, left hand reaching to the bottom corner. Keep your hands where they are. On an inhale, lift your hips. On an exhale, bend your knees once more. Reach your arms both over towards the left, so we're getting this stretch into the left side or the right side body. Now, on an exhale, keep your knees where they are, round forward, so you're drawing this big circle shape in front of your body. And you're taking the circle all the way over towards the right side. On an inhale, go ahead and lift all the way back up into your star pose. So your arms will reach to opposite corners of the rooms. Palms will face forwards. And just take a deep breath. On an exhale, bring your hands to your hips. You can bring your toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Inhale, reach up through the crown of your head, so the very top of your head, finding this expansiveness through your body. On an exhale, hinge your hips forward, keep a flat back. And then once you arrive, you can just let your head and your hands reach towards the earth, maybe walking your feet a little bit wider, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Again, you have the availability here to play around with movement or stillness. So just take this space to explore. And maybe you move yourself to a position that is a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Once you're good on your movement there, come all the way back to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage your core as you lift all the way up. Come back into your warrior two. So left arm reaches forward, right arm back. On an exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. And step your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. All right, on your next inhale, reach your left heel to the sky, 3-legged dog. You can start to open your hip, so you drop your left foot behind you, opening your heart space, your torso towards the left. And then you can hang out here, or you can come into Wild Thing by dropping your left foot to the side, lifting your hips all the way up towards the sky, and then reaching your left fingertips towards the top of your mat. On an exhale, we'll all meet back in a 3-legged dog. Inhale. Inch forward onto your tippy toes. Bring your left knee in towards your chest, round through your back. Step your left foot forward. And then step your right foot forward to meet your left, forward fold. Inhale. Go ahead and lift all the way up. As you do so, your left knee will come in towards your chest this time. Hands can plant at your heart. Find this stability, this rootedness in your right leg, and point your left toes towards your face. Again, you have the option to hang out here if you want to do anything with your hands. If you feel called to, you're welcome to. Or you can come into our next balancing variation. Left ankle over right thigh. Sink your hips towards the earth, getting that nice deep stretch in your outer hip. And take a look towards the earth in front of you. And you've got 2 breaths here. Now, if you fall out of any of these balancing poses, now is the perfect opportunity to invite in some of that playful energy. And just take it easy on yourself. On an inhale, bring your left knee in towards your chest. Exhale, slide your foot all the way back, coming into your high lunge. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. See if you can follow your hands with your gaze. Exhale, rotate your back foot, open your hips. Meet in your warrior two. Bring a focus over your right fingertips. On an exhale, you can bring your hands to your hips, rotate your right toes to face your left, and we'll take our little skandasana movements on the side. So hands can come to heart center. This time, bend through your left knee first. Take your hips over towards the left. This time you can play around with, as you drop your left hand down, if it reaches towards the earth, you can extend your right fingertips up towards the sky. On an inhale, we'll all come back to center. Exhale, take it to the right. Option to play around with reaching your right hand down, left fingertips up. And now just take a few movements here again at your own pace. If you have any of the variations that we've already encountered, or if there's anything super creative that is calling its way into your experience, you can flow with that. Focus less on form and more on feeling in your body. What does it feel like to move side to side? What is ignited within you? And you've got one more breath. and just even out your legs. And we'll take it back to center. Bring your heels in, toes slightly out. Hands can meet at your heart. And finding this little flow of our goddess squats. On an exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips low. See if you can get a little bit lower this time, even if it challenges you and puts you outside of the comfort zone. On an inhale, lift your hips up, reach your arms high. Exhale, cactus your arms, bring your knees back down. This time, bring your hands now to rotate towards the earth. So we're getting a different rotation in our shoulders. Might look funny, but it feels super good. On an inhale, lift your hips, keep your torso where it is, and then start to extend your arms out long. On an exhale, go ahead and lower your hips. This time, lean over towards the right as if you're like an airplane moving to the side. So these are the wings of the airplane with our hands. On an inhale, lift your hips. On an exhale, reach your arms over towards the right. So we're extending both over towards the top right corner of the room. On an exhale, keep your knees, your hips where they are, and then start to take your circle in front of you and bring it all the way around to the left side. On an inhale, lift all the way back up, meet in your star position. Open your armpits, open your palms towards the front. Maybe take a look slightly up. And exhale, hands can meet at your hips. Rotate your toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Start to hinge your hips forward, keep a flat back. And then just lower all the way down into your wide-legged forward fold. You've got a few breaths here. Again, option for stillness or movement. You can even play with walking your hands behind your feet and seeing if you can get that pull by pressing your hands into your yoga mat or the earth beneath you, trying to pull your heart space a little bit lower towards the earth, even if only a centimeter more than before. Every little bit counts. And go ahead and release the grip of your hands. Bring your hands to your hips on an inhale. Start to lift your torso all the way up. From here, hop your feet in towards one another. And then release your hands to the side. We'll just take a few shaky, dancey movements here. So you can start to shake out through your hands, get that movement into your shoulders, and then start to bring it down to the rest of your body, shaking out your hips, your ankles, your toes. This is another one that can look very silly, but it is so good for the nervous system. And it can bring you into that space of silliness a little bit. If there's any other movements you want to do, you are welcome to open your arms wide, sway to each side. Just find any sort of creative, fun movement that feels right to you. And then you can start to slow down your movement. Just come all the way into stillness. Go to face towards the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance. On an inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, melt it all the way forwards. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, palms plant. Bring your knees down towards the earth. And we'll come into a puppy pose. So hips are stacked over your knees, and then you can walk your hands towards the top of your mat, pull your heart space down. Your forehead can remain lifted or it can lower all the way down onto the ground. So just starting to slow down our movement and see if you can slow down your breath with it. If it feels good to roll your head to the left and to the right, just massaging out through your third eye center, go for it. And then slow down your movement on an inhale. Go ahead and sit up into your tabletop. Bring your hips towards your heels, and we'll just come into a seated position as we prepare to come all the way down onto the earth. From here, on an inhale, lift the crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, go ahead and shimmy your way down towards the earth, coming to lie fully flat on your back. On an inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest, open your knees wide, and then reach your heels up towards the sky. Happy baby. You can bring the hands to the insides or outsides of your feet. And again, you've got the opportunity here to find movement and playfulness in your toes, ankles, hips, knees, wherever you want to go with those. All right, before we move into our Shavasana, if there's any other movements that you'd like to take, now is your time to find a bit of creative expression. So you have options for twists. You can come into a bridge or a plow, and plenty of other options. Just go to where it feels best. And then no rush, but whenever you're ready, you can lay your feet all the way down. Open your arms wide, really take up space where you are. And then maybe soften your eyelids closed or take a gentle look up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. And we'll be here for about a minute or so in our Shavasana. And so just let go of the need to think about anything, do anything, be anything. And just allow yourself to enjoy the experience of this moment and whatever is being brought up for you. Now you can hang out in your Shavasana as long as you'd like, but whenever you're ready to get moving, go ahead and start to invite in some movement into your body. Any movements that you don't normally do in Shavasana, you can experiment and explore. And then when you're ready, choose a side to roll onto, coming into your fetal position, as long as that feels all right with your body. Otherwise, you can just rock forward or come forward into a seat. If you're in fetal position, just give yourself a moment to find this stillness. And see if you can connect to an inner smile. On an inhale, start to press your torso all the way up. Find your way into a cross-legged seat or into a kneeling position. Go ahead and let your palms rest on your thighs, soften your eyes. On an inhale, extend your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Lift your thumbs, kiss your sternum, connect to your heart. Thank you all so much for showing up and flowing in a bit of playful energy with me. May you move through your days ahead with joy, with ease, and with peace. Namaste. Thanks for joining us today with this fun and playful flow in this fun and playful room. Just as a reminder, if you'd like to support the growth of Rise Up Yoga, make sure to like this video and subscribe. We also have really great exclusive content on Patreon now as well, which includes journal exercises, breath work, meditations, and much more. So